Hey guys, it's PranksterBear here, and today this video is going to be a little bit different. I've seen in some of my videos that I don't do enough talking enough in any of my videos. So I thought today would be pretty cool to show you actually what type of guitar I actually use when I'm recording my songs, and well, it'd be just nice just chatting and also showing you how to play some chords on a guitar for anyone who's struggling to play guitar out there. And we're going to start. This is my guitar. I do apologize for the sound quality. I would just be using my phone because I can't be asked to hook up my mic to my computer. Bit of a hassle. But anyway, the guitar I use for most of my recordings is a Yamaha F310. And I have an electric guitar. You guys just give me a minute. I'll just go grab it. And this is my electric guitar. This is a Fender Squire. I don't use this one a lot. I use this one just to find good sounds for songs. It's not switched on right now, but for this video, we're just gonna use my acoustic guitar. Right, I'm gonna show you how to play some chords and get the pick. Right, first chord I'm going to show you is how to play an A minor chord. Now, A minors are very easy to play. I'm going to just show you the beginner chords. So, A minor is one of them. So, each of the strings you see on a guitar, they each have a different meaning. Your top string is your E string, and the one below it is your A string, and the one below that, the third string. Well, actually, it's going backwards. The top bit is actually the sixth, and the bottom is the one. So the top string is your E string, and that's your A string, like I just said. And the fourth string, technically, however, that's your D string. And one below that, that's the G string, and then you got the B string, and the one at the bottom is your E string. And that's that's the strings. Right, now we're going to teach you how to play the chords. Now these squares on top of the guitar here, these are called frets. Now, this is how most guitarists make the sound, so you want to make sure you follow the instructions correctly. So, to make an A minor chord, you need to take your index finger. Actually, I don't really know what the fingers are. I don't really know what the fingers are called, so your second finger, you want to put it on the first fret, and you want to put it on the B string here at the bottom, so it's making this sound there. And then you want to take your middle finger, I know what that one is. You want to take your middle finger and put it on the D string on the second fret. And then I don't really know what this finger's called, so I'm going to just call this my fourth finger. You put it on the string below it on the second fret, and you should be getting a sound that sounds like this. And if you want to make it a nice mellow sound, you can just put your pinky on the string below it on the third fret. And that's how you play an A minor string. Now, we're going to play a C chord. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to keep our two fingers here, your second and your middle finger, on those strings. But what you actually just want to do is take the finger that's holding the G string. You want to take that off. Then on the third fret, you want to put it on the A string, and then you should be getting a sound that sounds like. Now, sometimes when I'm recording, I sometimes do this little thing, what James Bay does. He puts his pinky on the bottom string on the third fret, and then you can get a sound that sounds like. And here's your A minor, here's your C, and if you want to follow this again, just go reverse the video and go back. Now, next chord, we're going to play an E minor chord. Now, this one is the most iconic beginner chord, which is the most easiest one to play, because it's just using two fingers, I think that's your index finger and your middle finger. And what you're actually just doing, you're doing something like an A minor chord, but instead you're not putting three fingers on, you're only putting two fingers on. So on the second fret, you put your index finger on the A string, and then put your middle on the one below it, and the sound you should be getting is this. And that's your E minor chord. Right, so far we've done A to C with E, and now we're going to do 2 more chords, actually no, 3 more chords. Right, we're going to do an F chord. Now, I play my F chords differently, because you can play it like the bar chord way, but I don't play it that way. Basically, what you're doing is, if you reverse the video, you make something that looks like a C shape, but you're taking this finger and moving it 1 string down, and then you're taking your pinky and putting it on the string below the finger that's holding the A string on the 3rd fret, but putting it below. And I play my Fs like this. Now, if you want to switch between an F and a C, it's very simple. All you're doing is you're just removing the pinky and then just moving your middle finger up 1 string. So you get something that sounds like. It's very simple. And now, the next chord we're going to do. Now, this one's a G chord. Now, there's a lot of ways to play a G. You could play it like that. Now, most people would play a G like that, but I don't play it like that. I play it with just this finger on, but I leave this finger off just because it sounds nicer. I think my bottom strings are out of tune. Give it that string to add. There we go. Right, so I play my G's like this because it sounds nicer, but if you want to easily, when you're playing a C, if you want to switch between a G, some people would find it difficult to switch like that, but what you can actually just do is when you're playing a C, you can just switch, you can put your pinky on the bottom string here, then you just move up your, I don't really know what finger's called, the 4th finger, and just move that up. And to play it, and you can just, and a beginner G is how most people just play it at first. It's easy, you can just use your middle finger, put it on the 3rd fret at the top string, and then you can just use your 4th finger and put it on the bottom string, and you get a sound that sounds like. And it's as simple as that. But if you want to play a proper G, you just move your 4th finger up 1 string, but keep it on the 3rd fret, but put your pinky below it, and you get something that sounds like. And if you want to switch to a G to a C, it's literally just the same way. You play the G like this, but basically you're just moving 3 of these fingers just down 1 string, so they. And that's how you do it. And now the last chord we are going to learn, we're going to do a D chord. Now there are lots of ways how you can play a D chord, but I'm going to show you the iconic way how you mostly play. So a D chord is literally, what you do is you take your index finger and you put it on the G string on the 2nd fret of the guitar. Then afterwards you put your middle finger and you put it on the bottom string below it, but on the very bottom string of the 3rd fret. Then afterwards, you take your 4th finger and then you just put it on the 3rd fret on the string in between the strings you're holding, and you should get something that sounds like. And if you want to move it off, and that is how you play a D. And now, if you want to switch to a D to a G, it's very simple. You can just take 2 fingers and then move it up like this to there, this to there. But if you want to play the G like that, you just have to take your pinky, put it on the bottom, then move your middle finger up, leave this finger off. So this way you get some. and that's how you play. That's how you play those chords. Now, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, if you want any more guitar tricks, just leave a link in the description or leave a like, anything like that. Anyway, see you guys. PranksterBear59 out.